All right, we are live. Good afternoon or good morning. What time is it? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, good afternoon. My bad. Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. This is SBC Marshall2018 here. We're live with our first stream of 2025 today. So we have a slight risk of severe thunderstorms across portions of the ARCLA, Oklahoma, and Kansas, and as well as parts of Missouri. We got tornado warnings in effect. We're gonna go ahead and get to the tornado warning, and then we'll cover the slight risk of severe thunderstorms. So we have a tornado warning that's in effect for let's go to SGF. NWS Springfield, Missouri. We got a tornado warning in effect for Benton County right now. It's in effect in 12:15, I believe. Got a couplet on radar. I would get my. Let me see if I can get my. Wish I could get the. I wish I could get the velocities, but we'll work on that. We'll just skip that for now. But there's a tornado warning in effect for. Looks like they just canceled it. Let me see. There was a tornado warning in effect. I think they canceled it. Okay, let me try refreshing the site. Technical difficulties. My apologies. Okay, here we go. Tornado warning remains in effect until 12:15 p.m. So it's probably expired. It's 12:15 right now. So the tornado warning has expired for this tornado warning for northeastern St. Clair County. I'm assuming that it has expired. Severe thunderstorm warning has been expired. Okay, so we're good there. Okay, so the tornado warning for St. Clair County has been canceled or has expired, and there's no tornado warning in effect as we speak, unless NWS Springfield goes ahead and issues another one. So, with that out the way, we do notice that there is a special weather statement for Ray, Clay, and Jackson and Lafayette counties and Carroll counties. So let's take a look at that. Gusty winds will impact East Central Clay, Ray, Southwestern Carroll, Western Lafayette, and Northeastern Jackson counties through 12:30 p.m. It says at 12:03 p.m. Central Standard Time, Doppler radar was tracking gusty showers near Wellington or near Richmond, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 45 to 55 miles per hour. Surface weather stations and radar. Locations in this path of these showers could include Independence, Blue Springs, Green Valley, Oak Grove, Richmond, Odessa, Lexington, Carrollton, Buckner, Orick, Wellington, Norborn, Hardin, Henrietta, Sibley, Lavecy, Woods Heights, Rayville, Napoleon, and Bates City. This includes Interstate 70 in Missouri between mile markers 20 and 38. So if anybody in those areas traveling along the interstate or in those locations that is called out, just be prepared for some gusty winds. In reference to the slight risk of severe thunderstorms, there is a slight risk of severe thunderstorms issued by the Storm Prediction Center. A slight risk of severe thunderstorms issued by the Storm Prediction Center across parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, into western parts of Missouri and northwest Arkansas. So let's go ahead and dive into that right now. So you can see, let's zoom in here. You guys can see this slight risk of severe thunderstorms right around this mouse. If you can see the pointer, that's what I'm pointing to. Right around this area, all across from northeast Oklahoma, southeast Kansas, southwest Missouri, northwestern Arkansas. There's a slight risk of severe thunderstorm with a broader marginal risk of severe thunderstorms covering Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Arkansas, portion of Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Kentucky. There's a wind threat that is associated with this. This is a 15% wind threat area, which means that there's a potential for winds that are going to exceed 70 miles per hour, and a no hail threat that's associated with this. So categorically, you can expect just a damaging wind threat with anywhere in the slight risk area, along with a tornado of 2% tornado potential. So that's what's going on for today. These showers and thunderstorms are associated with a pretty, even on radar, you can see a pretty I'm trying to get to my maps here. Bear with me, guys. This is my first time going live. A pretty broad low pressure system that is over portions of that is moving through the central United States. So if we look at right now, let's see, this is 12Z. This is Thursday. So let's see. This is we're around this area right now. So if we look at 1819Z right now, this is at 500 millibars. we can see a good low-level jet that's kicking up across Oklahoma and northeastern Oklahoma. That's what's going to fuel these storms today and support these storms. We got a pretty strong low-pressure system that's moving through. As we move through the afternoon hours into 5 o'clock at 17Z tonight, you guys can see that there's a strong streak of southerly winds at 500 millibars, around 90 knots, which is going to help fuel and support the thunderstorms that are going to continue through the day for portions of southern Missouri as well as central Missouri. Those storms are going to continue to move through as that system progresses. Now, this is just at 500 millibars. Let's go down a little bit lower to 700 millibars. If I can get that up right now. Let me see. Here we go. 500 millibars. Let's see what's going on at 700 millibars. So yeah, if you go down even lower, this is at 17Z this afternoon. So that's right now. This is 18Z right now Central Time. You can see a very strong streak of this low pressure system, this mid-level low over Kansas. This is a storm that has been moving out of the West Coast and moving through Rockies, and now it's into the Midwest. And you guys can see a strong streak of gusty winds, 70 to 90 knots across central Missouri, and then like 60 to 70 knots across parts of Missouri. That is going to continue to help fuel these storms and continue these storms eastward. We got some gusty winds. Low pressure system is then going to track northeast, and it's going to become positively tilted as it moves through the upper Midwest into Canada. And so that's the setup that's been happening. That's been happening today. That's what's been setting up this warmer weather pattern. Now, tomorrow is going to be a little bit different. Tomorrow, there's a risk of severe weather as well across parts of the South, and we'll see if I'll have a chance to cover this. I have school tomorrow. But for tomorrow, this is the day 2 17Z outlook for the day 2. There's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms across New Orleans, Birmingham, Baton Rouge, and Jackson, Mississippi, as well as a good portion of Alabama. There's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms down there. I believe Reed Timmer is going to be heading down there to chase. There's a pretty good chance of seeing tornadoes down there as well. As a 5% chance, which means that there's a broad chance you'll see tornadoes down there. There's a wind threat, enhanced wind threat. And then there's a marginal hail threat. And so that's because of this low pressure system that's coming through. This is part 1 of this. We'll have another one that's coming through to move through that area. I do believe that with the way these storms are being oriented today, I'm talking about today. This is for portions of Missouri. I believe that there is enough. Matter of fact, let's just take a look at the sounding. I'll take a look at the sounding instead of believing. Let me just take a look and see what the sounding is looking like. Let's see. Let's take a look at the sounding here and see. We need a 18Z or anything closer to that. That would be good. So 16Z, that's the latest one we have. We'll go ahead and take that. Click on any boost off to display that sounding. That's the latest sounding we have. Jeez. Okay. I don't know how to get my sounding for EAX, but that's fine. We'll skip through that. So that's what's going on right now. As far as I'm concerned, there is no new warnings that have been issued for NWS Springfield. Yes, the tornado warning has been canceled has expired for St. Clair County. So I believe that we're good with respect to that. We'll go live again. There's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for. Okay, that's where the warning has been canceled. Okay, we're fine then. Okay, so yeah, again to recap, there is a slight risk of severe thunderstorms across southwestern Missouri, as well as northeast Oklahoma, southeast Kansas, and northwestern Arkansas. For some storms that are moving through. These storms are expected to continue through the day, so it's going to be an all-day event. I think that the tornado threat will primarily be confined to this area due to I wouldn't say enhanced. I would say there's a modest amount of low-level wind shear that the storms could perhaps take advantage of and ingest the moisture. I do want to let you guys know that the dew point. So I'm just going to go down to Springfield and get the dew point. With these dew points, the temperature right now is 60 degrees. The dew point is around 58. So usually when your dew points are at even around 60 is sufficient, but anytime your dew points around 60 and above, that increases that will be just enough to sustain any severe weather threat. I do want to see if I can take a look at some. This is my first time really going live. I should have did this beforehand, but let's take a look. I do want to take a look at some satellite imagery to see how moisturized the atmosphere is, because obviously when you have a lot of moisture, you begin to tap in. Those storms can tap into that. And yes, we do have a lot of moisture across Missouri. You can see a lot of green. Usually that green indicates that there is moisture. There's a little bit of cooling because of the cloud cover, but when you have the moisture that comes in, it really helps those storms to really ingest that and become severe. Taking a look at this map, I wish I had a marker I can draw, but you can see a well-defined low pressure system right here. You can see with the orientation of how the clouds are moving, you can see the low pressure system is right around northeast Kansas. It's going to continue to spin its way east, just like we saw on this model. Down the 700 millibar level, you can see that this low is going to continue to spin its way northeast across Iowa, and then continue its way northeast. But 18Z, it's this 18Z image right here is pretty consistent with this satellite imagery that we're seeing with this low right around northeast Kansas and continuing to spin its way east. And with that low spinning northeast, I wouldn't be surprised if that wind shear gets enhanced, because when this low spins northeast, you get those southeasterly winds, those backing winds at the surface. So that's what increases that tornado threat, when you have those backing winds at the surface. So that's what we have to keep an eye on. When you have those back winds, it really increases the low-level wind shear, and therefore it heightens the tornado potential. But given that there's not really a whole lot of instability. Matter of fact, there's might be only like 1,000. Matter of fact, I can just tell you how much instability that there will be. Mean max instability. And this is a model. This is as of this afternoon. Right now is 18Z. There's not really a whole lot of instability. This is the mean max. So this is at 12 o'clock right now. There's not really a whole lot of instability. Maybe 500, if that. But as we progress through the afternoon, and as we get into the late afternoon hours, you see at least about 1,000 joules per kilogram, which is modest enough to put together any severe weather threat for a very marginal severe weather risk this evening for severe thunderstorms. Now tomorrow's a little bit of a different story. Tomorrow is a little bit of a different story, because tomorrow we have a Gulf moisture fetch, and so there is about 1,000. Maybe 2,000, 1,500 joules per kilogram across Louisiana. So I think this is the mean max. So I think the most unstable cape for tomorrow's setup is probably going to be around Louisiana. It's going to be centered around there. That's where the most of the instability will be, because of the moisture fetch from the Gulf of Mexico. So you guys down there in Louisiana for tomorrow's threat are probably going to be looking around 1,000 to 1,500 joules per kilogram. So those are just things that we have to keep an eye on. As you guys know, this is January. We're not even in March yet. The weather season is already getting off to a pretty decent start. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in for this live stream. Again, special weather statement remains in effect until 12:30 p.m., which will be expiring in a few minutes. So if we get any warnings or anything, we will let you guys know. We'll advise you on everything else. So I know this was an awkward stream because with so many things going on at once, and I was trying to figure out this and that and third. This is the first live stream of 2026. Trust me, it'll get better. It's going to only get better. This is only our first live stream for 2026. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. And so we thank you for tuning in. Before I leave, I do want to make sure that you guys are subscribed. If you guys like the content, if you guys like the weather radio videos, if you guys like the live streams, I recommend you like this stream and subscribe for more content so you can stay up to date with the latest information. And I was gonna try to. I've seen SBC Cranford 1056. If you guys don't know who he is, go look at his channel. I've seen him do something pretty interesting. I was gonna try to do it. I don't use Twitter, but he had a way that IamBot, the way that you get your weather products on. He had his IamBot configured to where every IamBot alert would be sent out. That would be sent out from the National Service would be sent to his Twitter account. And I was trying to see if there was a way I could do that with my Facebook, because that would be phenomenal. Every IamBot alert just automatically posted that's sent out from the National Service get automatically posted to my my Facebook. So but unfortunately there's no way to connect that to Facebook, as Facebook does not support that. So there will be more ways I'll be able to get weather information to you all, just to keep you guys in the loop of what's going on. because as you guys know, the weather can change in the blink of an eye, and then the state I live in, Missouri, the weather can change like literally the next time you blink. It could be 70 degrees, and the next time you blink, it could be 30. So yeah, so if you guys like what you see, like, subscribe, and comment. Really appreciate you guys for watching. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. You guys got any questions or comments, hit me up on YouTube. And we'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you.